Hey guys, did you know you can learn from Claude? Did you know Claude offers free tutorials? Let me show you how. Type in your search bar here. Claude Code Anthropic Tutorials. Click on that. Then you'll click on this link right here. Voila! Welcome to Anthropic Academy. On this page here, you'll get to learn a little bit more about Anthropic and what they offered, all for free. Featured courses. Here's what you can learn from here. This is more of a beginner's tutorial. Just like you and I'll be the first to raise my hand. This is a Claude 101 course where it will take you through the basic steps and understand how to and what, how, where, and when. Let's take a moment and look at this. Claude 101. Learn how to use Claude every day. Work tasks, understand core features, and explore resources for more advanced learning on topics. Let's take a look. Or you can see how it says Claude 101. Learn how to use Claude for everyday work tasks. Understand core features and explore resources for more advanced learning on other topics. You see this button right here? It says register for free. Click on that and you'll get into a form where it says Claude 101. Here are 14 lessons in this course. You can click on the start button just like that. And here it will tell you the estimated time, number of minutes, learning objectives, and by the end of this lesson, this is what you'll be able to understand. Explain what Claude is, the principles that guides its design, describe Claude's core capabilities and how it differs from simple chatbot, identify the different ways to access Claude, web, desktop, or mobile. This is where it gets fancy. Yes, you can learn Claude 10 minutes a day on your phone, just like so. How? Let me show you. Take your phone out. All you have to do, go back to the website. 10 minutes a day. Type in Claude Code Tutorial. 10 minutes a day on your phone. Let me go back here. Course roadmap. Meet Claude, organizing your work, expanding Claude's reach, putting it all together, conclusion and certificate. What is Claude? It will go down this whole paragraph with bullet points, easy to read, nice font, clear, and pretty bold. Understanding capabilities, what you can understand from it, writing and content creation, research analysis. Let's see, coding assistance, problem solving, reasoning, learning new things. Get inspired on ways to use Claude in your specific function by exploring the gallery. Ways to access Claude. You can access Claude by Claude.ai, Claude Code, Claude in Slack, Claude for Excel. The next thing that you can learn here also includes, if you look on this panel here, it says Claude 101, your first conversation with Claude, getting better results, Claude on desktop, chat, cowork, code, organizing your work knowledge, introduction to projects, and so forth. This is actually a good way to get to know Claude. So let's take a moment and look at this right here. The next step is to build with Claude. How can you build with Claude? Let's take a moment and look at this, where it says, click Learn More. Build with Claude. This is where you get to have a little bit of fun. Start developing Claude Power applications with the comprehensive API guides and best practices. Start building. And you can also do learn more about the developer side, this is what it would look like. On this platform here, this will show you Claude API docs. The Claude platform will tell you, start building with Claude. This is everything that you need to integrate Claude into your applications, from first API call to production. This is what it would look like in different types of coding language, starting off with Python, TypeScript, Go, Java, Ruby, PHP, C#, CURL, CLI. Here is everything you need to integrate. It will ask you, what do you want to build? And you can start typing away. You can do a quick start. You can get your API key, API references. On this side here, it was a platform. Choose how you want to build. Start a direct model access. You can construct, turn, manage conversation states, and write your own tool applications. In this box here, it says manage agents. These are fully managed agent infrastructures. They deploy and manage autonomous agents in a stateful sessions with persistent event history. You can do a quick start to check it out. Here is, on this side here, the developer journey. This will walk you through a step-by-step process from idea to production. It says here, follow the life cycle or jump to what you need. You click on this link here, it says messages. Click on this link here, it says manage agents. How to quick start. You can do a quick start and get the API or prototyping console. You define your agent, run the session, and hit operate. Let's go back to messages. Same thing, a little more different format. You have a quick start, get started, build, evaluate, and ship, and you can operate. That's just a little bit to just show you what it looks like on that developer side. Now let's go back to that page, build with Claude. Here it says start building. On this page here, you can explore by different topics, Claude 4.5 modules. You can learn how to harness the intelligence and capability of their latest models. You can learn more about APIs, SDKs, and of developmental tools. You can learn building agents. You can learn what skills are. Model context protocol, Claude Code, tool use, extended thinking, retrieval augmented regeneration. RAG, prompt engineering, evaluations, prompt catching, vision, computer use, hackathon, hacker's guide. This is a guide that more like a resource that you can get started with Claude, whether you're hacking or you're creating something. Let's go back to this page. Here's where it says Claude for Work. Learn to implement Claude across your organization and maximize team productivity. And here's how you can learn more. Let's click on it and see what they offer. Claude for Work. Learn to implement Claude across your organization and maximize team productivity. Click on this side where it says Claude for Teams or request a demo. Let's go ahead and take a look at what it offers for Claude for Teams. Claude for Teams offers where you can explore by topic. New to Claude, you can start here, meet modules, ways to use, artifacts, projects, skills, research, tools, integration, Claude for Work courses, Claude Code Work. Let's take a moment and just explore a little bit. Claude for Work. New to Claude, start here. It will take you through the resources and explain getting started with Claude AI, getting inspired of what you can do with Claude. And then it has the Claude 101 course. Let's go down and see more. Meet the models. What actually is it that they have? learn about our most intelligent and capable models yet. The different types of Claude, run by Claude Sonnet 4.5, Claude Opus 4.6. Let's see. Get the most out of Sonnet 4.5. These are different types where if you ran them, you'll be able to get to see a little bit more on what is on their platform. Who uses the Sonnet 4.5 and Claude.ai? Well, they say people who professionally document, write code, conduct research, and complete complex tasks. This here, when you set it on Sonnet 4.5, it will be able to provide a more capable environment. Let's take a look at Claude Sonnet 4.5 and Claude AI. Just to give you a little brief idea of what it is, Claude Sonnet is a family. It's one of their family features that they provide the state-of-the-art AI model development. It's known for its balance and speed and advanced reasoning. It's widely known as one of the models for coding complex data analysis and autonomous long-running agent workflow. What features does Claude Sonnet have? Well, let's take a look. What features a Claude Sonnet? Here, advanced coding, Sonnet excels at full life cycle software development, effortlessly managing complex code bases, refactoring and debugging. Autonomous agents, it's highly capable of executing long-running, multi-step tasks independently without requiring constant human input. Advancements, such as the computer use, it can interact with a computer's desktop environment by moving the cursor, clicking buttons, operating browsers to complete the workflow. Large context window. It supports massive context windows up to 1 million tokens, meaning it can process and recall entire multi-day projects, extensive books, and large databases. What is it? It's more of a multi-model. It features state-of-the-art vision capabilities for analyzing charts. That's here, what you'll see. So where do you use it? This is more like for on the end users. You can chat with Claude using the Sonnet models directly, or for developers, it's more available on Claude Platform's API. Ready to get started? Here's how. You can take a look at their pricing, go with different types of plans. You have the API, you have here, their plans start at Pro, Max, or Team, or Enterprise. We'll take a look at it just shortly. But before we start looking at the pricing models, what does this mean to you? The impact of the new model is broad, yes, but it builds the PowerPoints from scratch to finish. You can create a polished presentation with a complete layout, structural content, templates are not required. You can just describe the topic, your type of audience, upload your documents with notes, and let Claude handle everything else. Here's another feature. You can create competitive market analysis reports. How? On the Sonnet 4.5 model, you can research dozens of competitors simultaneously, compare features, the sets, pricings, models, analyze their marketing strategy, positioning, synthesize everything into a comprehensive report. It also tracks any emerging patterns and it delivers actionable steps to the proper attribution. Now, that's just one model of Claude. There are other models. You take a look at here, you can do the Opus 4.6 website, Claude Sonnet, the 4.5 website, and the Haiku. So how many ways can you use Claude? There's so many ways to use Claude. To enhance your productivity across teams with Claude, you can explore all Claude use cases. You can use it for engineering, human resources, marketing, product management. Use Claude for sales. Also, you can use Claude to plan a team offset. Claude for product management. There's simple different examples that Claude can use to show how the team can assess Claude as well. Now let's take a look how product managers can use Claude. I'm going to click right here and it'll take you to a page where you can type in your chats. Here, I'm going to type in, I'm a product manager with knowledge of fintech industry, particularly in AI-powered investment tools. Please give me some insight, advice, actions to take on product development, customer engagement, position a strong market. Yes, take in consideration of our target audience, competitive landscape, and industry trends in your responses, and anything you can think of. So you kind of talk to Claude like a friend or your coworker. Let's click on it, see where it goes. And as you can see here, Claude's going to give you a couple advisements. It's going to search and browse. As you can see, it's running. Here's the market context. It's going to give you, well, let's take a moment, go back up here. Claude's going to tell you, now I have a solid picture. Let me build a comprehensive strategic brief. Here's a comprehensive strategic brief tailored specifically for you as the product manager in AI-powered investment tools space. Let's take a look at the market context. The AI-powered fintech market is expected to grow to $68.5 billion by the year 2035, with the robo-advisor segment alone projected to reach $2.3 trillion. So that's the suggestion, and it will show the target audience segments. It's going to be broken down: mass affluent millennial, great wealth transfer inheritor, self-directed active investor, and the independent RIA advisor. If you wish, you can also tell it to build for this particular sector. Here, it shows you the competitive landscape. This is where, the gaps can be found. Betterment, Wealth Font, Schwab, Intelligent, Magnify, Morgan Stanley. These are the different types of landscapes. More of how your competitors are operating. Next, we'll move to industry trends to act on now. This here kind of shows you what the industry looks like and where the patterns are shifting. Agentic AI shift, ESG as infrastructure, cybersecurity as product trust signal, financial inclusion as growth strategy, prediction markets, and alternative data. It also, here, Claude provides a recommendation product roadmap. Starting from now, 0 to 3 months. What is it that you're going to do? It's going to tell you, build an explainable layer into every AI decision. Show users why the AI is recommending an action. This directly addresses the 80% trust gap for autonomous financial transactions. Next, in your 3 to 9 months, here it's going to advise you to launch Agentic Portfolio Copilot. These are proactive alerts, automated texts, and also it tells you to develop wealth transfer onboarding flow. Next, you can explore a B2B or B2C channel via RIA. In the 9th to the 18th month, you'll build alternative data integration, which shows the sentiment signals, prediction market data, macro event awareness baked into a portfolio recommendation. You'll also be able to launch your community bank partnership programs for financial inclusion, embedded investment APIs into existing community bank apps. Then you'll be able to develop a multi-jurisdictional tax layer. Cross-border tax optimization is a clear gap in every existing platform and defensible moat. How do we build our customer engagement strategy? It'll advise you the proactive financial nudges. This is how you do it. A transparency to retain your life event triggers. That could also be something that you can start talking about. Also, there's also a community and benchmarking topic right here. Here's your strategic picture. What does it look like? Your single biggest opportunity is the trust gap. Only 20% of users trust AI agents for high-stakes interactions like financial transactions, yet every competitor is racing toward the full automation. The product manager who builds the best AI that shows its work, clear explanations, has human checkpoints, transparent reasoning, wins the mass market while everyone else fights over tech-forward early adopters. The other strategic picture is on the competitive landscape field. It's going to show you the goal-based planning where you'll have human advisors. It shows you where banks are deploying AI in internal functions like risk and fraud prevention, but only 9% is in direct customer-facing channels. That's customer-facing surface, and that's still wide open. And as you can see, it goes down furthermore. So, are you ready to launch Claude on your desktop? Tell me more. Want more how Claude can show you or analyze market research reports and customer call transcripts to identify the top 3 opportunities from the new AI-empowered recommendations engine? Let's tell Claude. Claude, do a demo of your findings as an artifact. Let's watch how it will do a demonstration. And here we go. It says, I'll analyze market research and customer insights, then build an interactive artifact. Let's see what kind of artifact it can build. Let me start by gathering current data. Let's see. It's searching from the J.D. Power's 2026 study, FINRA's December 2025 report. It shows multiple market reports, platform reviews. Now let's see. It says that it's going to build an interactive artifact by synthesizing this part of information, the data, into a demo and show the top 3 opportunities for your recommendation of the engine. So now let's take a look at what Claude's gotten for us. We asked him, can you analyze recent market research reports and call customer transcripts to identify the top 3 opportunities or recommend an engine? We asked him to do a demonstration. Let's see what they have here. As you can see here, it says, I'll analyze your market research, provide customer insights, build an interactive artifact. Let's start by gathering data. When they started to collect the data, this is what they found. Here's a full demonstration of the tabs they built on real data based on the 2026 research data. There are 3 opportunities grounded in actual findings. The life event personalization. This scores the highest, 9.2. Life event personalization is the strongest signal among affluent DIY investors under 50. The share definitely likely to seek professional advice nearly doubled in 1 year from 10% to 19%, driven by growing life complexity. Next thing is we're going to show them explainability and proactive tax engine. This was scored at 8.7. This has both the fastest time to value and the highest competitive white space. The data is also being based upon the financial transactions and from the December 2025 FINRA Foundation study. The third one is a hybrid advice gateway, scored at 8.1. This is a revenue multiplier. Among the DIY investors who use robo platforms, 17% say they're definitely likely to work with an advisor, compared to just 4% of those who don't use robo-advice. The JD Power team called out that the brands that they can attract clients when they're new to investing and offer flexible options for both digital and human advice. What does it look like? We'll take a look at down here. This is what they've created. This is the coding on the back end of it. Let's take a look on the front end, the user-friendly side. Click on the eyeball, and here you'll be able to see in just minutes. As you can see here, we're going to move this over just a little bit. This is what they built, the platform for our product managers. 3 high convictions, opportunities hiding in plain sight, synthesized by JD Power 2026 Investor Satisfaction Study. Study case. These are based upon the data for December 2025. As you can see here, the sources are found among these organizations: JD Power, FINRA, Morningstar Digital Advice Report, Deloitte, KPMG, Research and Markets Robo. And as you can see here, this is where we just reviewed life event aware hyper personalized recommendations scored at 9.2%. It shows you a breakdown analysis of what JD Power has seen, the market research report, any wealth insight in the market data. This here gives you a little synopsis of what the customer call transcript notated. They'll give you an example. I got married last year and nothing changed in my app. So they have the same portfolio, same goals, same risk settings. I had to manually tell it to buy, and I bought a house. I should just know. Here, it shows you the engine recommendations to build. You can build it based upon life event triggers, dynamic goals, proactive push cadence. Here, in this section, it'll show you the opportunity, explainable with AI with proactive tax efficiency recommendations. It was scored at 8.7. Same format, it gives you the percentage, it gives you the customer service transcript, their testimony, and then the engine recommendations. Here's another one, the third one, hybrid advice gateway, robo as on the on-ramp to human advice, scaled at 8.1. Again, it gives you the stats, the testimonials, the engine recommendation. We don't want to just hear what's the best that's out there and how it's so shiny. Let's take a look and see, based on our macroeconomic data, can you suggest how we should adjust our AI recommendations our recommendation engine to account for current economic trends. Let's see here. I want you to do a demo and consider facts like interest rates, inflation, and market volatility. Give me your recommendation as an artifact. I want to see what Claude can advise us. As you can see, it's going to pull up some relatable current interest rates on a macro level. Now, Claude's been able to find the data and create the file through a read file. Here's what they found. Here's your macro-driven recommendation engine. It's a brief, but it has 4 different tabs. The engine adjustment, allocation simulator, macro scenarios, action playbook. This here is a summary. It's going to show you, first of all, the macro picture, what it looks like. And here it's showing the macro picture is more urgent than it looks. And it's going to talk about the annual inflation, how it's being related. Annual inflation relates by showing that the rates have accelerated to 3.8% in April 2026, the highest since May of 2023, driven by energy costs jumping 17.9%. Here, as it goes down, we're going to see how these are impacted. It gives you the 5 engine adjustments in priority order. Let's take a moment and look at the engine adjustments tab. Here, it shows you the recommendations engine adjustments ranked by urgency, priority level. Starts off with inflation, the inflation shield, and this is where immediate action needs. And it'll tell you the different types of tips and stats. Second, it'll show you the shortened, fixed, income duration, and reprice bond ladder. This is the idea is the logical way that shows you the engine's bond allocation logic must account for a higher for longer or higher world, not the easy path priced at the start of 2026. Then we go down to the equity rebalance, behavioral real return, UX, the geopolitical overlay module for this quarter. Down here. This here, it's going to show us the allocation simulator. This shows us here a different idea of how we are going to simulate. When you drag these tabs, sliders, you'll be able to see the inflation rates and the GDP. The scenario tabs show engine response matrices for all 4 forward paths. The playbook tab has a 90-day sprint sequence with specific source attribution for each decision. Let's take a look at the macro scenarios, the first, second, and third. Here we're on the third tab. It's going to show you the different percentages, CPI inflation rates, how it's being impacted. Here, down this below, shows you the engine response matrix. As you can see here, scenario A, inflation accelerates to 5 to 6%. The probability, 30%, how and why, when. Maybe it might be because there's an oil shock, tariff pass through, service inflation pushes the headline CPI to 5 to 6%. Federals are forced to resume hiking up to 4.25%. The equities reprice lower, the bonds sell off across the board, energy and real assets outperform sharply. This here will show you the different boxes that will show you tips, duration, commodities, U.S. large cap, energy, infra, the cash level. Let's take a look at the action playbook, the fourth tab. In this tab here, it's going to show you a playbook, a 90-day sprint, what it looks like from start to beginning. It'll break it down from week 1 to 2, week 3 to 6, 4 to 8, 6 to 12, 8 to 12, 6 to 12, and then in the 8th through the 12th week. Here are some key metrics to track that it will show you what the macro engine performance looks like. If you like this model, what you can do is you can make a copy, click the drop down button on top, download as an HTML, or publish it as an artifact. Hey, and if you like watching me make more content like this, follow me onto the next video. I'll see you over there. But for now, here's where you can find other topics and other classes that Anthropic courses offers. Claude 101, Intro to Claude Code, Claude Code in Action, AI Fluency Framework and Foundations, Building with Claude API, Intro to MCPs, Model Context Protocols, AI Influency for Educators, for Students, Advanced Topics, and the list goes on and on and on. Thanks again, and we'll check you out at another time. And here's where you can find other channels that I have here, deployed together, like Claude with Hicksfield MCP. How does it work? Don't forget to check out my other channels. I'll be able to show you how to turn Claude into a creative engine. This next tutorial, you'll be able to log in and create an Hicksfield account and by using Claude, and we'll see you another time. Check you later. Bye.